Oh yeah, welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Baby dolls, we have a Bitcoin that's returned to $66,700. Hopefully it's around 67K soon and then up to 70. We are still waiting to see if we're actually going to continue the dream of where, for the first time in crypto history, we actually go up in May. But hey, I want to remind you of something. Back in 2021, we actually did go up in May. It was the first 2 weeks, but it was just meme coins. Things like Cum Rocket went up 400x because Elon Musk shilled it. We had Dogecoin Mania. It was just those 2 weeks. But then we had the China ban of Bitcoin, and then everything got devastated. Let me show it to you right now. This is a weekly chart of Bitcoin. You see this, friends? This is the 10th of May. So it was actually still all right around here. Things were jittery, but then it was pretty much over after that. So look, we started off May pretty good. The first week or so, and you had meme coins and stuff still rallying at the end. Meme coins are still going up here, friends, because right here, Bitcoin was still on the 21 EMA. Everyone thought it was going to bounce and everything was going to be fine. Unfortunately, China bans Bitcoin and then you go smack. And then that was pretty much devastating for a lot of people out there. And it basically killed the bull market. So China, and also some people said the insiders at FTX were dumping along the way as well. So we have a Bitcoin price, nearing $67,000. That's American, of course. And we're going to play some nice pump music for these people because Ethereum's is still 3,200. But friends, I want to take this closer. Look at Bitcoin right now. It still won't touch this 21 EMA. All right, it's interesting. It came really close to touching it here. We're going to have a date with the devil at some point, this 21 EMA. At some point, friends, you just know it is. But what I've actually seen, this is from what BCB, this would like trick everyone, right? If we actually went up, Bitcoin's like towards 80K, but then that actually comes back down. And that's when it touches this 21 EMA part. And then we actually have to think about, okay, what comes next? Because look, we wanted to go like this. That's left translated cycle, friends. That could happen. Or what might happen, friends, is we start going up, but then there's like a stock market jitter. And that might happen, man, by the end of the year. And then suddenly they have to cut rates, something happens, and then we actually have to continue up. All right, so no matter what occurs, we're going to be long and strong. You have your core portfolio set. We're going to be making some changes as well to the channel with terms of my communication with you, friends. So nothing too drastic, but yeah, it is drastic when you actually see. We're going to have to start putting our foot on the pedal, the accelerator. That's it. We're going to have to... People want FOMO. I've spent a lot of time. I think it's time now. The Bitcoin halving has now happened. As you can see, friends. You can see we've been waiting for this Bitcoin halving day. There you go. So, just to remind you, right? If everything repeats, we're all out in 12 months from now. Okay? However, it's also possible, friends, this 12 months, that's the first peak. Okay? So, let me draw it for you again. Traditionally, the first altcoin peak is out in 12 months. Then it comes back down. Then there's like another one. That's pretty much it. However, you don't want to bank on that second one because you just don't know how unpredictable things can happen. Back then in 2021, we were dealing with DeFi 2.0, which is Olympus DAO Ponzi's and Luna. Okay, it was literal Ponzi's. That's how difficult it was. Like, you had to believe in the Ponzi. By the way, this is the craziest part. I'm not sure you know this. Luna and Olympus DAO, they were Ponzi's, but they did not collapse during this part of the first China ban. Did you know that? You had to hold through that collapse, and it finally peaked in the second one. See how that's so crazy when you think about it, isn't it? Because you're looking at this stuff and you're like, oh, I don't believe in you. And it was the first big crash and they still survived. This is amazing stuff, friends. I'm going to show you. This is Cum Rocket. Look what it ends up doing at the very, very end. But you know what I can actually show you as well? You can actually look at Luna Classic. Okay, if you look at Luna Classic, I'll be able to identify how it all went out, friends. This is it. This is the China ban. You see this? The China ban for Luna. Look, it was down 80%. And then look what ends up happening, friends. From $8, it goes all the way up to almost $120. That is absolutely wild, man. You get like a freaking, oh my God, it's like a 15x from that point. That's on Luna. That's nuts, isn't it? By the way, it completes like the 800x return. So that's why it's going to be tough for that second one. And when we're coming to like look at this altcoin one, we can basically just have a glance at the altcoin dominance. This should show you that peak, which is actually the chart right now. This is remember the pure altcoins index. And unfortunately, we had this big red candle, but it's a nice reset actually, friends. This might mean that we just run on for longer. Okay. Someone asked me the other day, if we're following more the 2015, 2017 Mountain Gox Ponzi cycle, can we please focus on that for the comparison of this Bitcoin halving year? So remember, this is Bitcoin halving year. We ran for 12 months pretty much, and then pretty much everything sank off. This was Bitcoin rising. So Bitcoin rises, altcoins get crushed, and then we have new altcoins rising. So I just want you to know, friends, a lot of these things moving up here, all right, that altcoin dominance rising, DeFi stuff died. The stuff that got super popular died. It was new stuff that resurrected. Actually, that came out from life. It was gaming, metaverse, NFTs, memes. So Doge and SHIB, they erupted. They grew out of nowhere, and all the dog coins. That was the type of stuff that was actually moving in 2021. So even though you see this altcoin dominance going up, it does not represent the DeFi 2020 stuff, which was one, world-changing technology, and two, the first stuff to emerge out of the bear market. So we gotta remember these, friends. I'm trying to help you guys. Trying to help you guys, girls, squirrels, pups, ducks. Please. I got tricked. I got fooled by the market in 2020 because DeFi birthed itself in 2020. ChainLink, Uniswap, the DEXs, with stuff we still use today. That's how useful they are. Aves money market, Curve, and all these other junk. You know what I mean? Not junk. They're great technology, but they're just expensive. That's it, right? And MakerDAO, all these. Okay, so they got really popular during 2020. So I thought it was the market showing me how strong they are, and they're going to have a big wave at the end. So I thought, because they're so strong now, I should buy them with heavier weight for 2021. It sounds logical, right? It sounds like, oh, the market is choosing. The market showed you that they were the first movers, so you should buy the leaders, not the laggards. Wrong. Wrong move, okay, friends? That was the absolute wrong move. It was so wrong it wasn't even funny, okay? ChainLink and everything else, friends, could not keep up. And there's many charts I can show you. For example, if I'm going to show you now the ChainLink versus Ethereum chart, this is just one representation, friends. This is pretty much it. This is ChainLink peaking in 2020. Okay, now many coins, Aave, synthetics, everything peaked in 2020. In 2021, they either went down only against Bitcoin and Ethereum, or they did like this lower high thing, and that was their bull market. So their bull market was just this wave. All right, and then it went down anyway. That was 2021 while everything else was erupting. So once again, I got to repeat for you, okay? Because no one believes me. So let's what's relevant today? What's everybody long today? Solana, Coinbase, AI coins, okay? Yes. So that's what everyone's long today. I just don't know if they're going to keep going or not. But I'm just telling you now, this is what happened in DeFi season 2020. It's exactly what happened. The world woke up to this tech. AI is going to change the world. Okay. All right. We have, okay, Solana has 1 million users now. Wow. Congratulations. Changing the world. You know what I mean? This open season, people buying memes and stuff. We also have Coinbase. Okay. Oh, they're going to bring the 100 million customers. You see how everyone's pricing it in? But now no one wants to look around and go, wait a minute, we're already in. That means the prices we see are technically high for a long time now. That, like, not for forever. They can keep going up, friends. I've shown you with Telegram trading bots. Even though Unibot went down, Banana Gun still goes up like an 80% for the past 6 to 7 months. So it doesn't go down. It still goes up 70, 80%. But I'm just telling you, like PulseX, for example, does like 6.5x while you do an 80%. But think about it. PulseX didn't have a narrative last year, but Telegram trading bots did. So that's why it's just really important to think about that. And it's a very, very nasty trap people can find themselves in. And I just don't know, but I'm just telling you, the next 3 to 6 months, you might see just other stuff appear, man. Other stuff appear. Like I said, everybody thinks it's their cycle, but it's usually just their turn. There's also breaking news as well, friends. This is pretty much enormous. The federal judge has fired 2 corrupt SEC lawyers for corruption, lying, and being compromised during a crypto case for Debtbox. So this will raise the odds of a successful Richard Hart victory against the corrupt SEC. And guess what? The market is smarter than you and me individuals, especially friends. I'm a peanut brain. I don't know anything. But it will start to basically show itself the true price over time. It will price in the victory. That's why maybe by the end, let's say Richard Hart gets a good result at the very, very end, you're going to get the XRP chart where XRP goes up 2x and then just retraces the whole move. Okay, but we might find that this result happens, at the end of the year or much later on, even next year. Okay, so here's the actual information piece. Look at this. 2 SEC lawyers resigned after a federal judge sanctioned and sharply rebuked the Wall Street regulator for gross abuse of power. Gross abuse. By the way, friends, just to let you know, okay, if they are being abusive, right, to debt box. All right, gentle debt box. What are they doing to everybody else? It makes you wonder. Because, friends, the bug eaters, friends, the bug eaters. Friends, this is the funniest part. All the scum who work at the corrupt SEC, who have families to feed and stuff, you are doing the work of the devil, and you know that. Because the biggest talking point people told me to keep my mouth shut against you people 2 years ago was that, well, you know, they're just playing by the rules and they're just doing this and they're doing that. Okay, how come the judge, friends, let me tell you something. Judges, all right, when a judge has to a judge is an insider, okay, an insider to the law court. When a judge has to fire another freaking lawyer, it's an insider firing an insider, right? Think about that. Think about how corrupt the evidence was. Think about how bad it looked. The judge was like, oh man, friends, that's literally like a police commissioner, like a cop, okay, a cop seeing, oh, okay, there's another cop. We have it on camera that you were stealing from people and you just murdered people point blank and you did all this illegal stuff and you were doing illicit substances on camera. All of it's caught on camera and you looked into the camera and said, my name is cop 123, constable 123. So that's how bad it is. The judges looked at it and go, oh man, if I let you guys off, then everyone's going to realize we're just a bunch of bug eater insiders and we don't actually work for the people. You know, that's how bad it is. Especially for a crypto case as well. It's like buggies are trying to squash and use every bad rule they can against us, okay? So this is very positive for all cases or else. So look at this. Shelby took the extreme step of sanctioning the agency for abuse of power in March. The SEC's head of enforcement has apologized for the missteps. Oh, yeah, funny. Friends, go apologize to the cops for accidentally stealing, okay? Go apologize. You know, mate, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Like, they're all scum. Okay, so yes, with the odds have been raised now for a win. That's a good result. And what you'll see is, friends, so for example, there are people out there, a little bit ask me, how do things get priced in? Because I don't see an enormous spike up. What happens is, friends, over time, now this information is out, the market digests it. And what happens is people go, well, look, I have 500,000 to allocate into crypto, okay? And they might have not been considered PulseChain at all because of the corrupt SEC case. But because they've heard of this, and maybe they hear me, they hear your friend Somi making all these videos and talking about it, they're like, you know what? I was going to put 0 because of the corrupt SEC case, but because Somi talks about it, maybe I'll just put in like 50 grand. You know, maybe I'll put in like 10th or maybe 25 grand. See, so what they've done is maybe if they were full on FOMO mode, they would allocate the full 500. But because we're so far out from the actual court date case, but they've heard this information, they will put in 25K. And then what ends up happening is maybe in 3 months, I'm posting you about Rick Ross's Pear and HOA Tangang and Atropa and PDI flipping and Teddy Bear and maybe Mr. B Roots has gone back on Crypto Banter Show. And this stuff starts happening with the ecosystem, okay? And maybe EHEX goes for a cool recovery and PulseX buy and burn. You're hearing all this stuff happening, and what ends up happening is that person with a 500 grand, you know, their first 25 clip, now they go, oh, I've got to make a 75 clip. Now they increase their clip size, right? So now as time progresses, they are actually pricing in their full 500K allocation. Now, if you expand this out to like, you know, 20,000 people, if they all allocated their full amount today, you might just see PulseChain itself do a 2x rally, you know, plus 100%. I know you're thinking like it's going to go 50x, but no, what I'm telling you is like there is $80 million or $60 million on the liquidity. So maybe these people have like $30 million net to put in. So that's how things get priced in over time. But you don't want to wait for them to put the biggest clip in. They're putting in, friends, they're putting in like 5% of their clip size now. Everybody else is like, you know what? I like the way this is going. I'm going to get in 100% of my clip size now. And the market will look for catalysts along the way to price these things. So you might even find, right, if Ethereum goes back to $4,000 and goes to 4,400, people start FOMOing in, but they won't directly tell you, oh, I'm actually pricing in the corrupt SEC case. They're not going to say that. They're feeling FOMO, you know, because everything just goes off emotions at the end of the day. Now, friends, I want to show you something. Bitcoin Runes was shilled all over crypto Twitter, and it did this Wizards did 100x. So Bitcoin Runes is literally just poop coins for Bitcoin. Very slow, very clunky runes. And friends, if you want to participate, we're in VVV Launchpad. They're doing stuff on runes. Like, they're getting deals and stuff here. And that's a shout out to Sean. It's fantastic and it's lovely, friends. We just get good deals. But I can't talk about them. Why? Because you don't benefit. You can't get in. But I already told you, hey, here's the key to the kingdom. If you want to participate, VVV Launchpad, still doing paid Launchpad. However, this bull market goes on for another 12 to 18 months. Even though everyone thinks it's going to end soon, I think it's probably not. It's probably going to go longer than we think now, friends. There's a lot of people like, it's going to end soon. It's going to end soon. I'm like, well, Sounds like bull market anxiety to me, you know? So it's interesting, right? It's funny how I had dark prophecy 2 years ago. Now that everybody is on the side of dark prophecy, I'm like, yeah, maybe we can stand for each cycle again. So it's a moving target, okay? Now, interesting, friends. Well, not interesting. Why did this thing go 100x? Is it because they're amazing and they're great? And no, friends. What happens is Ansem and Arthur Hayes and a couple of the other biggest YouTube influencers. So this is actually how it all started, friends. Ansem, who is main character #1 now because of the Soilana dog we've had, he basically alleges like he made $5 million. He's just trying to make $100 million now. So he starts tweeting and he starts talking publicly back and forth with Arthur Hayes. And they talk about pups and they talk about Bitcoin runes and stuff and the next opportunity. So as soon as that tweet happens, people just start smashing up. Actually, not even before that, friends. Actually, before, it wasn't even at his tweet. His tweet is probably up here. Okay, the tweet was probably at $6. It goes to 12, comes back. So people start figuring out, okay, this runes is going to launch around the Bitcoin halving. They're going to try to do altcoins and stuff here and there. And it's just altcoins on Bitcoin. It's nothing. It's not like it is what it is. But all it's doing is it's making what people in Bitcoin don't know is Bitcoin maxis is they're actually enhancing Ethereum and altcoins with this, because what they're doing is they're allowing everybody to sin. So for example, friends, it's a gateway. This now Bitcoin has gateway drugs to altcoins. First, people start flipping JPEGs and they realize they don't hold their value. Then they're going to start flipping altcoins and they realize, oh my gosh, these things can move up more. Then they're going to start doing yield farms and Ponzi stuff and trading. And now you actually have all the DeFi money market applications that crypto uses. And then they have to expand into complex stuff, which actually needs ChainLink smart oracles, because you can't do that on the Bitcoin stuff, can you? Now you have stuff that's more enhanced and all talks to each other. Crazy, right? Not even really crazy. So just to show you, so this is a token. Obviously, don't touch this. It went up 100x instantly. Like you said, friends, it's good, man. You can keep touching this stuff that goes up 100x. Personally, I don't like touching stuff that goes up 100x when everyone is talking about it and they just go up in a straight line hitting $250 million market cap instantly. And a quick update, because I made that post a few days ago. Look at this, overnight drops another 26%. So you can see this chart, friends. You know what this chart is? This is what happened, right? The chart I just showed you. That chart, friends, is, and I hate to say it, it's end of current alt season behavior stuff. Okay, remember I showed you Come Rocket? They go super fast, super quick, and it's over. So this happened to Colt Dow. That's how I made 100x on Colt Dow at the very, very end of the bull market. It was like March of 2022, February, March, okay? Because what happens is there's so much FOMO and there's pent-up demand and people are desperate to participate in something. And they all go to one thing without knowing. They think it's one thing. They're all desperate to go in, and these are the things that just rocket super fast. But everyone thinks they're rocketing because they're so strong. But no, they're rocketing because all the final suckers who haven't made it in this cycle, who are still gambling and still throwing it out, it's their shot. They're trying to make it. So they get in. Maybe this is the final one, and then there's a failed high somewhere, and eventually it comes back down. Now, I hope this thing goes up. I'm just telling you, friends, the big mainstream influencers on YouTube and stuff, they're already talking about it. I'm not buying. Sorry, I'm not even sorry. Over my dead body, am I buying your 100x piece of trash when all you insider grifters have this stuff? No way. No way in hell. Send this to 20 billion. I don't care. Send it to 100 trillion. Make it flip Bitcoin. I don't care. I'm not touching that. Over my dead body, not touching that. I want cheap prices. I want value. That's personally me. Remember, this coin was meant to be the premier meme coin on Bitcoin runes, which is shit coins, and it went 100x, okay? So just, it's desperate greed, FOMO, and that's all right, man. So like, you want to be in this. If you're early, man, if you're early, you want to be in the early part. And now, speaking of early, friends, Landwolfs. Friends, this is interesting, right? So overnight, we have had some Landwolf power. This is beautiful to see. Look at this big fat triangle, by the way. Landwolf power. If you do this triangle distance and you just map it out, it's 200 million market cap. It's like 185, just round it up. So that's about a 20x from here. Landwolf. So the real Landwolf 615. Remember, I made my video yesterday. Okay, I made my video explaining the story and the lore about it. Just so friends, I just want to show you, it's such a fascinating thing. Now, you don't have to touch Landwolf at all. This Landwolf on Ethereum, the real official Landwolf is 615, even though the other vampire ones are flipped, okay? But don't worry about them. You watch the story, you'll figure everything out, okay? The community got rugged 3 times from the devs, 3 times. So they finally did the community launch. And guess what? The community launch, because it was so successful, the scammers from the other contracts they look on their crypto portfolio, go, oh, what's here? And they all try to start a narrative back in their old ones. And like, oh, we're actually older. Friends, being old doesn't mean anything. Pepe was like the 10th to 14th contract of Pepe. You know what I mean? So that you know what I mean? Being older doesn't mean anything. It's a community spirit. And this is the Landwolf that's making all the memes. They're making all the memes. Landwolf sitting on the altar. All the memes, all the picture, all the culture. The fake ones that have come back, they don't have anyone. They were just copy-pasting Matt Fury's art. So they're not actually making anything original and contributing to the universe. They're stealing the 615 and they're just writing their own shitty contract address. Oh, man, what a dirty game. But I really advise you to watch that video to show you meme coins, friends. I know it sounds like, oh, just hold it up. But look at this, the volatility of the stories and the scammers and the ruggers and everyone stealing from each other. Man, it's just crazy how these things happen. Also, to show you, the fake Landwolf, right? So look what they're doing meanwhile, friends. Everyone was laughing at me literally just 24 hours ago, okay? 24 hours ago, friends. On the right-hand side, you'll see, look at these clips, 17K. Look at this, 30K, 30K, 10K, 14K. They're actually bigger sell orders as well. These guys are just ravaging, dumping on everyone in the background. Clip 30, 30, bang, bang, bang. They don't care, man. They don't care. Look at this, does a 54% drop. Watch, I wonder what everyone's going to think. Look at, by the way, I found this insider scum wallet. Look, this is crazy. So, friends, I was saying, hey, I bet the insider scum dev rugs, right, the ruggers, if you check the time and sales, you're going to find their wallets from the original one because they just probably have so many wallets of so much supply, and that's exactly what happened up the top. Insider scum 1-2, bought 0, sold 80K. This guy wakes up to sell 54K. So these people just selling from their wallets into this stuff. It just, oh, man. But hey, like I said, man, I feel sorry for people, but you can't have any real remorse because, hey, you were selling the real one at 5 million market cap to go buy this at 30, okay, or whatever it is. And then this one's now down to like 11 market cap. So you're down 60% on this leg, and then this leg doubled. You've lost your position. You've lost your position. So this is what happens, man. I've told you, like, I'm not moving to any of these shadowy stuff. Like, I don't even care what happens from this point. I can't, in good conscience and good faith, send friends and family to a shadowy contract. Like, who owns all these addresses? By the way, quickly in the story, friends, if you watch it, right? Because I was there towards the end of the last year, and I'm figuring the story out, I remember, before anything launched. And what happened is, right, because I was there every step of the way, they message the freaking dev, doesn't reply. Then they have to message his friends who somehow get back to him. There's multiple devs, all these scammers, right? There's so many shadowy scammers. And basically, they say, oh yeah, don't worry, we'll come back. Okay, and then what ends up happening is, because I see the community passion, one of them, they go and freaking launch the third rug. They watch the Landwolf one on everyone as well. Just like, it's just rug after rug. Every community was like, that's it, we've had enough. So it's the official community launch. So this is beautiful to see, right? Like, it's 10 million, under 10 million market cap. To me, I don't know, it's no brainer. No brainer. Like, if Ethereum's going to 1 trillion, all right, 9,400 bucks, and a meme coin's going to hit 100 billion with a B, that's right, friends. I'm playing for that world. I'm playing for, if a meme coin's going to hit 100 billion, then 1 billion will be cheap. Therefore, 100 million is going to be a micro cap. 100 million. Landwolf's 10 million. So that's 10x to enter micro cap, and then everyone will play to try get to 1 billion. You know what I mean? And even if, friends, even if it stops at 500 million, so it's only halfway of the target, that's a 50x from today. That's a 50x. So the big potential. Remember, the contract address is 615. It ends in 615. This is the real one. You see, they always make the original. You can notice it's from the original artwork and everything being put on. Okay, so plenty of things to go through today. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.